Hi, this is Christina. I'm here with my 44th journal to do a flip through for you. She is 9 inches long and about 6.5 inches wide. There are 3 signatures and I've sewn them in with buttons. A few of these are vintage buttons and some of them are just plain buttons. It is a material cover, and this is from Tim Holtz material. And I added this flower, and this came from some material, I guess it's considered embroidered material from Joann's probably a year ago, but I just absolutely love the colors, and it is velvet feel to it. And I included another one of the flowers on the back. It just kind of pulls the colors together. As I said, there are 3 signatures and about 152 plus pages. And she is fluffy, and that's just how I like to make the journals, but you can still journal in it. And it's just held together with this ribbon, kind of this lime green ribbon that matches the material, and it just loops through. There are, as I mentioned, 3 signatures, and each one of the signatures is contained in a Kraft cardstock folder. And I've embossed this with, I believe this is gold, and it says adorned and loved. And this is some lace that my friend used on her daughter's wedding dress. And you have a pocket right here, kind of a double pocket. You can slide in there and also there in the corner. And here you have, and I love this lace. I just have a little bit of it left, and you have a piece of ephemera there and a little bit of collage in the corner and some gorgeous lace down the side. This is entomology and a butterfly. I'm not quite sure where I got that butterfly from. And then you've got a journaling card there, and it just fits right near there in that pocket. And this, I actually took a paint chip. We were actually doing some repainting in our house, and I ran it through my embossing folder, or a embossing folder, and then I did some light patina on top of it, but I thought it turned out really kind of neat. And just a little snippet that says hope. And I believe this is from Bella magazine. Sorry, it's upside down. And I'll just leave it still there for you to read it, talking about gardening. And there's places for you to journal on the back, and that's just held right in this little paint chip pocket, which I thought, anyways, one of my favorite things to do, a little bit of mixed media. A little butterfly here. And then I did, I love this digital. I thought that was so pretty. And I just combined a few pieces of material that I had together to kind of create this pocket. It says, celebrate your wins. And then this was on an index card. So I have it upside down. And of course, lots of mixed media, and you can journal on the back. And it's a pretty deep pocket, so you can add additional items there for you. This is vintage from 1908. And I believe, it's got a 1-cent stamp. It's a post office in New Jersey. And then this was part of a pillowcase that I just had dyed. I ran this through just regular cardstock through an embossing folder. And I'm trying to remember what all I did to this. I think I ended up adding paint like to one side of the embossing folder. But anyways, so when it came out, it kind of cut through a little bit on the flowers. So I just used them as little pockets, which I thought were really kind of cool. And it says, life is a reflection of moments. And then I just found this in my stash. I don't know quite what it is, but it's beautiful, and it matches this. And that's, again, a pretty deep pocket, but I thought that turned out very neat. And then, of course, there's also all kinds of coffee stained and tea stained papers. These just some words here, of course. Believe, dream, and imagine. And you've got little journaling cards in each one of them. This was a handkerchief I had that I did some dyeing on it. And here's a definition of happiness. And you've got a couple of where I did some collaging on these. And there's a little stamp there and another collage there on that card. And then this, I just think the colors are so pretty. And those fit right there in that little pocket. And this was the reverse stenciling. And this you can either kind of add to it if you want, or use it as a card and send it to somebody. But I just kind of use both, turn one side of it into a pocket, and then this is into a journaling card. And then you've got a little journaling card here. It says, enjoy the little things. And then this is just some modeling paste I did on some packaging. And, oops, that came, let me fix that really quickly. I think I just added that a little while ago. Oh, and this is run on thick vellum. I just turned it into a pocket, and you've got a little bit of collage on that side. And then this was from Bella magazine. And suddenly I realized I wasn't born in the wrong generation. I was born to keep the old ways alive, which I thought was great for journalists. And then it's a place for your thoughts included on the back. And that goes right in that little pocket. And this, I printed this on newsprint, so it's had a really kind of a neat feel. And then I did a lot of, these are resin charms, and added little bits on that, a little piece of blue lace. And then this, I think I got this from, excuse me, Hobby Lobby. It's just a kind of an applique, and then you've got a couple of pieces of ephemera that slide right into the side here. Lots of blue that I did on my dyeing of my papers. And then the center, of course, my favorite, is printed on thick vellum, and then a couple of green, blue-green buttons are in the center. Okay. And this was a ribbon that I got at a flea market, and I just dyed it with some, probably Lindy's Magicals did some stains, and you can see there's an outline of a butterfly right there, where I stamped on that and kind of left it to dry. I thought it turned out really neat. And then this is a copy oh no, this isn't. This is where I overprinted something, but it was so pretty. I just love it. And so there's places for you to journal on the back. And that just goes right inside there. And then here's the butterfly. I believe this is from Gina K stamp set, and then just a little journaling card there. Of course, you know, blue is my favorite color. I thought it was so really neat. And the other part of that newsprint. This, I did some sewing and then did some contact paper over it. And you've got a place here for to tuck some journaling stuff in if you'd like, or journaling card. And this is from my mother-in-law's storage unit, and this is, and I don't know the year that this was printed, but it is a ledger, and it's written in pencil. So you've got a pretty deep pocket here. Put that back in there. And the other part of our packaging, then you've got a triple pocket here, and some little blue flowers in each one of them. I just love that. That was so pretty. And then just a cute, I have no idea where I got this from, but it was so cute. And then the envelope where I did some modeling paste on that and some sprays. So you've got a little pocket here. And then I did some collage on that tag. And then it opens up, and you've got something in here. And I believe this is, let's see what this is. Oh, somewhere in the world, oh, it's my favorite. Oh, in the world, a tree sprouted on the same day you were born and has been growing alongside you. And I think this is my favorite nature fact. And then on the back, you have a place where you can journal. And that just goes right back into this envelope, which I've done some spraying and stamping and all kinds of fun mixed media on that. Over here, I left the flap so you can tuck over here, and you've got a little resin charm there, and then a tuck spot there. And here is an envelope and just a little wax seal, and then you've got a journaling. This is a napkin that I did some decoupage on, so you can journal on the back of that, and it says very kind-hearted, and then I think I did that as a little butterfly sticker over the top, and just a cute little belly band. I think I did it this way, actually. It's easier. And that just tucks right into the wax seal. And then I did, on either side, I think I did some metallic paint in the corners. And then you've got a little tuck spot here and a little envelope full of some goodies there. We'll leave that kind of tucked in there, all kinds of tuck spots. And then you've got a little tuck tag here, and one here, and one here, like little coffee splatters. And then this is some of the lace from my friend from India. And that, And I've been playing with air dry clay, and then I just did some patina over it, and just a little corner. I thought it was cute. It's not detachable; it's glued on there. And a little circle pocket says collection, and then I did some mixed media on that, and you can journal in the back of it, and really, really pretty lace. And this brings us to the end, and you've got a little bird and a couple, I think that's a leaf, and then another little place that you can journal. And that's our first signature. Second one starts off, it says dream. And you've got two corner pockets, and you've got some collage on this one and two cute little tags there. And that slides in right there. And then this one is another mixed media card that you can journal on. And then I just did some collage on that. Piece of material I had left over, made a little corner pocket, and then you've got a little stamp there. And then I printed this out on canvas and just added a little button to it, but you can journal on the back of that. And a little envelope that is held together with a magnet. And inside, I actually did a masterboard and cut them up and created this tag. That was the first time I had done that. That was a lot of fun. And just a nice little snap there with the envelope. And I believe this is a leaf that I had, I had done, what did I do with that? Oh, I laminated it. Yeah, I couldn't remember what I had done. Anyways, that's what that is. Isn't that color pretty? I just love that. With the sun coming back out, I hope to recreate some of these papers when I put them out in the sun again for this year, for spring, summer. This one, same thing. Put a stencil on it while it was drying. And you just have a little corner pocket here and a little snippet, and this is Journal 44. And so just some sari silk down the side. And I believe, oh yes, so you have a little charm with some, I think that's called glass seed. I think these little green beads at the bottom here. And then you've got a little journaling card there. And you can move these anywhere that you want. And this, again, another part of the master board I turned into a tag. And that's, I did some, collage, some modeling paste on that. And then you've got a couple of buttons for the center. I love this lace. I think it's so pretty. And it is holding just a couple of journaling cards for you. And I'll put that back in a second. This I just did, this is a card that I had done, an actual playing card, and just turned it into just like a specimen card. And it's a little pocket, so you can put something in the back of that if you want. Oh, isn't that pretty? Gosh, I hope I can recreate these. Again, more of the papers that were out in the sun. I love this gold leaf. Just kind of gives it a little bit of shine there. Lots of places to journal. And then here at the end of the second signature, you've got little wax, and it's this one I left empty. It says moments, and you can add anything that you want in there. And that just tucks right in the back. And we are on our third signature. Again, more of that lace from my friend. And on this side, you've got a little snippet that says wonder, and then a couple of bird ephemera here. And this was, I believe, out of a paper or out of a book from 1928, I believe. Yes, 1928. And this is from an antique book that I got that just shows different pieces of antique pieces. So that was kind of fun. And that goes back in there. And this Frederick Forsyth, oops, sorry, gets tucked there. This is something I created. I hadn't seen it before, but that doesn't mean it's not out there. So each one of these little envelopes contain like what am I trying to say? Things that give you encouragement. Like you did it, favorite, captured, and another favorite. And these are all embossed with silver embossing. And you can put them anywhere in the journal that you want, maybe under a special picture. But I call it kind of a affirmation belly band, I guess. And then there's ones in here. My attitude is gratitude, a token of love, and again another one that says captured. And they've got the little magnet, and they just fit right in here, and you can place them anywhere that you want. And then you've got the same in here, and they're collaged on the back. They're the cutest little envelopes that I made and just did some stamping and stuff. But this is your affirmation belly band. Again, we did it with a playing card and probably some leftover packaging to create the window. And you've just got a couple of journaling cards in there. And then this was done with some paste in the back, and it says, I'm vintage. A little pocket with, again, more ephemera in there, and just a double pocket, and I've sewed that. This came off of an old, I want to say another pillowcase. I seem to have a lot of those. It says, create the life you desire, and another little charm, and several pieces of ephemera in there. I think this one is Tim Holtz, I believe, and then that's just, I created that card. And this, I just created this from the digital. And again, this is Tim Holtz, just talking about different plants, and then it tucks into that lace. And here you've got another butterfly and a couple pieces of ephemera here, and also in here. This little pocket or envelope, and I don't remember what's in here. Let me see if I can get it out. Sorry, he doesn't want to seem to come out. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's just a little card, journaling card. Oh, that's what I did. Just made it a fold-out card, and that just tucks right in there. A little collaging on that. And then a belly band says passion, and you open it up, and there's all kinds of fun stuff, tags and other pieces that you can put throughout the journal. So we put that back in there, and that just goes right into that little belly band that says passion. And then you've got another little charm here. The love within my heart, and you've got all kinds of little charms. I think this one says inspire. And here, I did this with the, I can't remember what that's called. I know somebody knows what that is, but anyways, I hadn't done that in a while. You've got a little tuck spot there with that butterfly, and then you've got, I believe, oh yes, this is vintage. This is from a, not a Reader's Digest, but a TV Digest. Yes, is what this is from. So I don't know what year that is. And then you've got a couple other pieces of ephemera and a tag in there. So kind of a fun envelope. Foiling, that's it. This is foiling. Then you've got another little card there, and a pocket over here with, and then I created this pocket out of an envelope. And then you've got a little tuck spot there, and a little tuck spot there with that little leaf. And I believe this is probably Tim Holtz there. Another little tuck here, and also in here, and then another tag. Oh, I love this paper. I don't know where that paper came from, but I thought it matched the digital. And you've got your bird again, and then I believe this is from Sarah Lee on one of her recent digitals. So I believe that's a copy of the real one that she had. Then you have a couple of cards here, journaling cards there. And again, here's your center. It's this grayish blue flowers, which is beautiful. Again, more of that lace from my friend, and a little journaling card, and more places to journal. And this was fun. This little belly band was fun to create. So you've got a little envelope with another little magnet. You've got a couple of journaling things in there. And then the belly band, I've actually sewed some beads, which I thought matched this lace, and that goes over here to this side. So, and then some more of the air dry clay that I did with, and did some patina rinses on it. And you've got a couple of ephemera. And you can take this out if it makes the journal too thick. You can always unclip it and put it onto something else if you want. But I thought that was turned out very pretty. And then again, more space for you to journal, another journaling pocket, and another resin charm. And almost to the end, the first step in a journey, and you've got some ephemera there. And then I did some collaging here, and you've just got all kinds of little pockets and little stuff there. And then you've got two pockets on this side, and both of these are things from Bella magazine. And then this is from the my mother-in-law's storage unit, but I don't know, and I believe this is El Capitan, if I'm not mistaken. I did Google Lens it, and that's what it said it was. So I don't know if that's an actual photograph or if it was in, I'm just not sure, but it is vintage. And it says My Path. And then at the end, I did, of course, some mixed media here. And this, again, was from something vintage, but vintage, and it talks about how to plant and grow strawberries. And I just added this little strawberry circle on there. I don't think it has a date on it, but that's definitely vintage. And then a couple other pieces of ephemera that you can journal on. Another pocket, a couple pieces of ephemera in there, and then you've got this, we've got stuff you can here, and some places there for you to journal on. And we're at the end. I think this I used or had gotten when I was doing resin stuff, but I think it's really pretty. You've got a little journaling card there on the side. And then you've got a little envelope with a few more pieces of ephemera in there. And that just tucks in there. And then at the end, I took a picture frame and did some, I think with patina paint on the outside of that. That doesn't go there. And then, oops, my little card slipped away. There we go. It's just a little journaling card, but I thought it turned out just so pretty. And it said, Made with Love. And in addition, so one other thing, I hope this isn't going too long, is made this book, and I downloaded this from somebody. I don't remember where it is, but I just turned it into just a small little journaling book. You've got a little tag there. You've got tags here. And this is just regular paper, some paper or some tags there. So in the center, I think this is thick vellum that just leftover paper. You have a couple of journaling cards there. And I think here at the end, some journaling cards here. And this, I think this was just, I can't remember the type of paper this is, but anyways, there you go. A small little journaling card, journaling book for you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And this will be listed in my Etsy shop. And I hope you all have a great week. Thank you. Bye.